All right, welcome to 7.5. There's nothing new in this section. We're not learning any new integration technique. We're not learning any new algebra technique. This is just their place where they give you 81 problems from everything that we've learned so far. Not the applications, but just all the integration techniques we've learned so far, and let you go to town. So I'm not going to do a big video here. I just wanted to walk you through some things that are in the book, and these are all snips straight from your textbook. So they do remind you, first of all, of just the basic, antiderivative formulas that we know so far. So keep that table in mind. But other than that, they kind of walk you through this 4-step master strategy for integrating. And their first step says simplify the integrand if possible. So all I'm really going to say there really is their first step essentially says, let's see, let me get on the right layer. Their first step really says, if you can do some algebra first to simplify, do that. Like, so their example here, they've got, this multiplication, which you might be able to do with some kind of u substitution or something, but just multiply it out, right? And then it becomes a very easy integral. And if you can do some trig simplification or whatever else, do that too. So that's their step 1. Then step 2, they're saying basically u substitution, right? If you can do that, as the cool kids call it, do a u sub. That's definitely easier than the things that come after this, right? So their next step, they say, okay, now let's kind of look at the form of the thing you're trying to integrate, the integrand. And here they're basically walking you through the various stuff that we've learned in chapter 7. So they say, hey, if it's the right kind of trig format, 7.2, if it's a polynomial over a polynomial, then maybe partial fractions from 7.4. If it's just a multiplication that you can't simplify, then integration by parts from 7.1. And if there's radicals in it, then like 7.3 or u substitution might work. And if all of that fails you, try again. Don't you just love that step 4? And they say, really, aside from these sort of specialized techniques, and these really are just specialized versions of our 2 methods of integration, u substitution and integration by parts. So in this section, I just said, hey, do any 10 of the problems in there, 1 through 81, any 10 that you think you can do. You would think with having 81 to choose from and only having to do 10, you could find 10 that aren't too bad. But it turns out they're trying to keep you a little off balance in almost every single problem. I'm not going to say every single one's terrible. I think you can find 10 doable problems in there, but don't be afraid to say, hey, this one's too nasty. I need something else, and step away from it. So, I'm happy to entertain any and all questions on any of those 81 problems. But this will be a good chance for you to put it all together and shake it all about. And then we'll move on. All right, so good luck.